Hi, welcome to Alerica Call Center. My name is Gargan. How may I help you today?
We were sleeping. We were sleeping. Here,
Okay.
Prince screaming. When Prince screaming, say water. When I jump up and look, there is
Miss,
water.
what is your name?
Many water, like Elsha. That type
Miss,
of water
hello?
was here. I want about everything. Cause I will live here on Sunlight Street from here 2 months old. Just one out of my mother. Left here. From me at 29, me left Sunlight Street, so here me never have been seeing my yard flood out yet.
Oh, your house has flood out.
Sunlight Street flood out yet. Never been seeing this yet. I dare you before my meeting take, I never see it yet.
What's up, lovely people? And in this video, we'll be talking about Stanley Motta and how it actually makes money. In addition to, of course, showing you guys how it's performing on the stock market. And based on the intro, you guys can see that, well, it has some affiliation with Alerica Call Center, but we'll dive deep into that later on in the video. So with that said, ensure that you like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. And with that said, yo, let's begin. Stanley Motta Limited. The company was established in 1948 by its founder, Mr. Stanley Motta. For many decades, it was successfully engaged in the sale and rental of electrical appliances in Jamaica. In 1983, it was acquired by Mooson Group and continued to operate until 1988, following which it became a dormant subsidiary. The term dormant subsidiary just really means that the company is not really operating. However, that doesn't mean that it's completely shut down. It's just currently not working. And the company Mooson Group actually has a lot of subsidiaries, some of which are like Seprad, PBS that we actually did recently, Felton, among others. In addition, General Accident is also a subsidiary of the Mooson Group, which coincidentally is a lease tenant of the Stanley Motta's group, which is paying rent to their subsidiary, which is Unit Capital. But I digress. In 2015, Mooson Group selected Stanley Motta as the vehicle through which it would develop the 58 HWT project. In 2016 and 2017, Stanley Motta acquired properties located at 58 Half-a-Tree Road in Kingston from Mooson Group. Today, Stanley Motta owns all the properties either directly or through its own subsidiary, Unit Capital. The long and short of the situation is Stanley Motta Limited is a real estate company that collects rent from roughly 5 locations situated in roughly the same area. The property borders Half-a-Tree Road on the west, the National Housing Trust on the south, Richmond Avenue on the north, and the Marriott Court Hotel and Ligani Club on the east. Unit 1, 2, and 3 are all currently in use in the business process outsourcing industry, or call center. And that call center is Alerica Call Center, which is actually their biggest tenant. However, let's continue. Collectively, these buildings have the capacity to host 3,300 call center seats and 5,000 employees. Unit 4 is used by 2 technology firms and also houses the office of the management company. And Unit 5, which is generally known as General Accident Building, it is located directly on Half-a-Tree Road on the southwest corner of the property. General Accident engages in insurance, financial services, and medical industry. The company pays out a dividend of 4.46% and typically pays out 3 times for the year, which normally is on the latter part of the 3rd, latter part of the 8th, and the latter part of the 11th. Alright, family, so welcome to the financial statements. Nothing too crazy as per always, try to keep it simple. So there's 2 things I really want to show you guys. This company is, how would I put this down? How would I put this? Most of its revenues comes from the call center, and I'm going to show you. But before we go to that, I just want to show you guys the director, which is this lady, Lani Sabriti. I did have an issue, I guess calling her name in the PBS video. She's also a director in PBS. And while that, let me just go. They have a few nice things. They have this one company which is DefCan, which is really let's see exactly what it does. Deaf can exist to change perspective by performing deaf culture and language sign in Jamaican Sign Language, inspire. So we are extremely excited to see Stanley Motta's recent commitment to offer a Jamaican Sign Language class. Thrilled to see Alarica's positive response and willingness to learn our language that aligns perfectly with our goals in increase awareness about Jamaican deaf culture. And that's really it. That really is to like anything major. But yeah, so we'll just go to the financial. I'll show you guys some real quick. So revenues, as you can see, revenues line 6, and other revenues, other operating income line 7. Alright, so line 6 and line 7. So I go down to the financials as per usual. So we're going down to the notes 6 and 7. Revenue, business processing outsourcing sector. And I did say the exact word, which is business processing outsourcing sector. That is the call center. Call center being Alarica. As you can see, that this is almost like 3 times the amount of revenue they get from the call center from the other. And the other operating income really just comes from interest income, foreign exchange gain and loss, blah blah, because they do get their revenue in US dollars and they pay their debt in Jamaican dollars. So that's good, especially when the US currency is increasing. Then that is that, but they do get paid in US dollars. That's really it, because like when they mids, they have a higher revenue when it comes to the call center. So like if the Alarica call center decides to have a jump ship, a big chunk of the revenue will be gone. And you can really assume that it's just really the IT place and the management area, and general accident really does the rest, so okay. And you can see right here, so I've got them subsidiary that collect general insurance money, so it's not gonna show for the company itself but just them subsidiary. So that was what I wanted to show you guys for the revenue aspect of the company. Alright, so now we're going to go to the Excel, and as you know, I always do the point for showing you guys a visual representation of what is going on. And as you can see, their biggest driver, them here, like return on equity has been like, it fluctuates a bit, go up and then go down a little bit. Return on asset has been relatively flat in the exact, but give or take, return on asset has been consistent. I don't like them have any major thing going on. It's just really the rent them collecting, so they're kind of predictable. So this time, which is leverage, means leverage is alright. It's alright, I guess. For a real estate company, it's cool. So them really, from them get that big chunk of leverage, they haven't really increased it, or them really take on them more debt to that. So we're good. We're worried that. But their biggest driver really is their margins, because their profit margins are huge. So when you made see there 67, 185, 160, and you notice, as I said, they collect the US. So in 2019, just to get an idea, see if you can find some. So you can see in 2019 average rate for US that was 133 mash. Yeah, and then now as it is for 2022 is 153. So basically like roughly $20 more. $20 more than they're getting in revenue. You see me? And in their case, $20 is a lot. $20 increase, especially if they're collecting the same amount. Well, they're collecting a fixed rate, so that is a lot for them in Jamaican dollars. So there is that. And then relative valuation, I think. So relative valuation, as you can see, yo, alright. So do understand, and I say this, do understand that relative valuation is comparing what is in the industry. So that means if you see this figure, which is $13 is the fair value. Mean that the market is inflated for real estate, especially if the price is just really trading at $4.94. So as I say, whenever I use relative valuation, it's a relative based on the industry. So if the industry is overvalued, then say, oh, everything are overvalued, because we're comparing them and then we're using the average of them. So that's just to bear in mind. So yeah, so the fair value using PB, which is what is ideally used like for real estate company, because they have a lot of physical assets that generate their money. Where it go through this already. So yeah, it's probably something close you'll find. If you use price to earnings, then it'll go significantly. So yeah, so PB is probably the best bet you can use, because real estate company, which is 6.6056. You can work on it, but if you're using average, then you look at 164% discounted apparently. So okay. And as I say, the company do much anyways, are simple, but as I say, with them profit margin, effective business model. So yeah, and well, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I know it was a short video, but the business are really much than those collect rent anyways. So yeah, so as always, thank you guys for watching. Ensure you like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and with that said, catch you in the next one. Peace.